Have you ever felt like there's something more to the world around you, something hidden just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? What if the animals we live alongside have been trying to communicate something far beyond our comprehension? It's easy to dismiss the strange behavior of animals as mere instinct or coincidence. Yet deep inside, you may feel a nagging sense that our pets are wildlife, and even the world around us hold wisdom we've forgotten. In the rush of daily life, we've built walls around ourselves, disconnected from the earth and its creatures, struggling to find meaning in a world that feels increasingly chaotic. If you've ever felt that something is missing, that there's a truth just out of reach, you're not alone. The animals have been quietly showing us this truth for years. Today, we're diving into a profound prophecy made by Edgar Cayce, a man who predicted a time when animals would not only reveal their consciousness, but serve as the very bridges between humanity and the earth itself. We're on the brink of understanding that animals have always been attuned to a deeper reality, one that we, in our human pride, have long since abandoned. But this shift is not just scientific, it's spiritual, and it's happening now. Explore why the animals are speaking to us, and how their messages could change everything we thought we knew about life, consciousness, and our place in this vast world. If you're ready to expand your perception of reality and understand the silent messages the animals are sending us, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This journey could change the way you see the world forever. For decades, animals have been seen as instinct-driven creatures, reacting to the physical world around them. But what if we've been looking at them all wrong? What if animals possess a level of awareness far beyond what we can comprehend? Edgar Cayce's readings suggest that animals aren't simply responding to sensory cues, they're tuned into a deeper, quantum level of existence. Cayce described the animal kingdom as parallel travelers on paths of consciousness that we as humans can no longer perceive. He predicted a time when the veil between human and animal awareness would grow thin, and that time may be now. From Duke, the German shepherd, who led his owner away from imminent danger, to the strange behaviors seen in cats, dogs, and dolphins around the world, animals are exhibiting signs that they are more attuned to the universe than we are. We see animals making decisions that seem to go beyond instinct. Dogs know when their owners are sick, cats avoid areas before disasters strike, and even birds change their migration routes decades before climate shifts are visible. These behaviors aren't just coincidences, they are evidence that animals are tuned into something we've lost touch with: the universal quantum field of consciousness. Take a moment to observe your pet, your surroundings. Notice the subtle cues, how they react when something feels off. Are they more attuned to certain events than you are? The more you observe, the clearer the connection between their awareness and the world around them becomes. In the 21st century, humanity's focus has shifted entirely to analytical thought. We've built a world based on logic, technology, and a limited understanding of reality. But in doing so, we've also built barriers, filters that prevent us from perceiving the broader, more subtle dimensions of existence. Animals, however, seem to have retained this awareness. They sense changes in the environment long before we do. Some can detect electromagnetic anomalies or shifts in the magnetic field. Others can feel the onset of natural disasters or the presence of illness in their humans. Take the case of the dolphins off the coast of Cape Town, whose intricate bubble patterns were found to correspond to magnetic fluctuations that predicted tidal surges. Humans couldn't detect these anomalies, but the dolphins could. It's this quantum connection, the ability to sense probability, fields before they manifest in the physical world, that separates animals from humans. We've closed off to this awareness, yet animals still thrive within it. What if we've been limiting our own perceptions? How often do we ignore those little gut feelings, the instincts that tell us something is wrong or right? Animals show us the power of tuning in of. Trusting those subtle signals, we often dismiss. Could we, too, begin to reconnect with that lost sensitivity as the world grows more connected? A strange phenomenon is beginning to take shape. Across the globe, animals are exhibiting synchronized behaviors that defy explanation. From dogs howling at specific times, two birds creating formations that resemble mathematical equations. Animals are communicating in ways that suggest a deeper planetary awareness. In 2024, a wave of these synchronized behaviors reached a crescendo, with hundreds of thousands of animals exhibiting patterns that were directly linked to changes in the Earth's magnetic fields and solar activity. It was as though the animals were responding to a universal pulse signal that the planet itself was sending out, one that humans could no longer ignore. What does it mean when animals are tuned? In two planetary shifts in ways humans can't perceive, Cayce's prophecy is unfolding before our eyes, and it challenges everything we thought we knew about consciousness. The animals aren't just reacting, they're actively participating in a communication network that has always existed. What could? We learn if we started paying attention to these synchronized moments in nature. Imagine a world where we stop and listen, where we allow ourselves to be part of this planetary network instead of standing apart from it. Start tuning in. Pay attention to the birds, the dogs, the rhythm of nature around you. What are they trying to tell us? Humanity now stands at a critical crossroads. The evidence is overwhelming. Animals possess awareness beyond what we once believed possible. This knowledge is not just about science. It's about ethics, spirituality, and the very way we interact with the world around us. Are we ready to face the truth that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it? In Cayce's time, this knowledge seemed like an impossible future. But as we look around us now, the coordinated behaviors of animals. At the science supporting animal consciousness, we are confronted with a choice. Will we embrace a new, broader understanding of consciousness that includes all living beings? Or will we continue down a path of disconnection and destruction? The next time you interact with an animal, whether it's a pet or a wild creature, take a moment to reflect on the fact that they too are conscious beings with their own awareness. Our relationship with animals is not just one of companionship, but of mutual respect and understanding. As we grow, we must evolve alongside them, expanding our definition of consciousness to encompass all life in the silence of the animal kingdom. Humanity has heard a message. Animals who have always been connected to the vast web of consciousness have reminded us of what we've lost. The question now is, are we ready to listen? Edgar Cayce's prophecy wasn't just about animals becoming psychic, it was about humanity remembering that we are all part of a collective consciousness. The earth isn't just a place we inhabit, it is alive, aware, and waiting for us to reconnect with it. As we move forward, the choice is ours. Will we open our minds and hearts to the deeper realities of existence, or will we continue to ignore the messages the animals have been sending all along? The animals have been trying to tell us something for a long time. It's up to us now. Are we ready to hear? As we've explored, the awakening to animal consciousness isn't just a fascinating scientific discovery, it's a profound shift in how we understand reality itself. Edgar Cayce's prophecy has challenged our long-held beliefs about what it means to be alive, to be conscious, and to be part of the universe. For centuries, we've defined consciousness as something uniquely human, complex interaction of brain activity and subjective experience. But if animals possess an awareness beyond our perception, what does that say about the limits of human consciousness? It's a growing evidence of animals' heightened sensitivity to electromagnetic fields, natural disasters, and even illness hints at a truth that scientists have been reluctant to face. Consciousness may not reside in the brain at all. What if consciousness is a universal force, a fundamental property of the universe that all living beings tap into in their own way? What if the higher consciousness we ascribe to humans is just a narrow slice of a broader, interconnected awareness that we've lost access to? This shift forces us to confront the reality that our understanding of the mind, the soul, and our place in the cosmos is incomplete. And it forces us to ask, how far have we strayed from the natural world? And how far must we go to reconnect with it? Consider your own relationship with the world around you. Are you more attuned to the visible and tangible? Or do you leave room for the unseen forces that shape your reality? Take a moment each day to reflect on the quiet patterns of nature birds in the sky, the way the wind shifts direction, the timing of the moonrise, and ask yourself, what have I missed? By embracing a broader understanding of consciousness, we can start to perceive the world with fresh eyes. reconnecting with the deep currents of awareness that pulse beneath the surface of everyday life. As animal behavior and consciousness continue to reveal their mysteries, humanity faces an ethical and practical dilemma. Our growing awareness of the intelligence and sensitivity of animals could lead to groundbreaking advances in science, technology, and medicine. But there is a darker side to this awakening. As governments and institutions scramble to understand animal consciousness, some are beginning to see its potential for military and surveillance applications. The use of animals as early warning systems, predicting earthquakes, detecting illness, sensing electromagnetic anomalies, could be a game changer. But what does it mean when we begin to harness this sensitivity for purposes other than understanding and compassion? The ethical implications of using animals as tools for human gain are profound. Can we justify manipulating or controlling the very beings we are now acknowledging as conscious, aware creatures? Cayce's prophecy warned that humanity would face a reckoning with nature. As the lines between human and animal consciousness blur, we must ask ourselves, how much of this awakening are we willing to allow? Are we prepared to use this knowledge responsibly, or will we exploit it to further separate ourselves from the natural world? As you reflect on these issues, think about your role in the larger ecosystem. How can you, as an individual, advocate for the ethical treatment of animals, both in science and everyday life? Begin by supporting policies and practices that respect animals' rights to be more than mere tools. By embracing our responsibility to protect the consciousness of animals, we take one step closer to the harmonious world Edgar Cayce foresaw. The world is at a precipice. The evidence is undeniable. Evidence have been communicating with us in ways that we have been too blind to see. And the shifts in consciousness are happening faster than we can comprehend. But the real question is not whether we can understand these behaviors, it's whether we can truly integrate them into our worldview. Humans have spent centuries trying to dominate nature, trying to rise above it, to create a separate, more advanced reality. But what if the future of humanity is not in domination, but in partnership? What if we are meant to exist not as masters of the earth, but as participants in a grand cosmic symphony, where every living being plays its part in the shared consciousness of the universe? Cayce's prediction speaks to a time when humanity would either choose harmony with nature or face catastrophic consequences. The animals are showing us the way, pointing to a future where all life is valued, where consciousness is no longer restricted to humans, and where our place in the natural world is recognized and respected. This transformation is not just scientific or spiritual, it's existential. It is the key to our survival. As the animal kingdom calls to us, we are faced with the ultimate question. Are we ready to evolve into a species that embraces interspecies consciousness? Recognizing our role in the greater web of life? Reflect on the symphony of life you are. Part of how does your existence intertwine with the natural world around you? Can you recognize your role as part of something much larger than yourself? To begin living in harmony with nature, start by honoring all life forms, the animals, the trees, the oceans. We are not separate from them. We are part of them. When we understand this, we unlock a new level of awareness and connection, not only with the earth, but with the universe itself. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, we find ourselves standing at the threshold of a new understanding, a new way of being. The animals have shown us what we have long forgotten, and the choice now lies in our hands. Will we open our hearts to the awareness they offer, or will we continue to walk in the dark, blinded by our pride and disconnected from the very life force that sustains us? Edgar Cayce's prophecy has come true in ways both subtle and profound. We are at a crossroads, a choice between isolation and unity, between domination and partnership, between ignorance and awakening. The question is no longer whether animals possess consciousness. The question is, will we listen?
How the world is
Waiting. The animals are speaking. Are we ready to hear?